Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Also Podcast Summer House Edition, Season 10, Episode 3. I wish we could have just made it through the weekend. My God, this is the longest weekend.
You gotta level set your expectations because it's never gonna happen anymore.
I'm just gonna complain every single week. Okay, before we get into it, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Patreon. All the links are in our description. And please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Okay, let's get into it. So, previously on Summer House, we met Ciara's new friend, Mia. Bailey is really into Ben's eyes. Who knows if Ciara and Wes will be friends again, but the weirdness is gone. Kyle is drowning in work, and now he's DJing to save his career, and Amanda just wants him to be home. Kyle blames all the problems on Amanda and her weed addiction. Kyle tries to apologize, but ends up yelling at Ciara and Amanda for laughing over him, and he storms off from dinner. Did I miss anything?
Just my hopes and dreams that Kyle would never return.
Well, you have to set your expectations, Meredith, because that's never going to happen.
I will complain about that every week.
So it's Friday, July 11th, 7:08 p.m. We are at the dinner that Kyle just stormed off from because he couldn't finish the world's longest apology before everyone started laughing. Carl does say the apology was about 2 minutes, and then Jesse confirms he was also laughing.
Everybody was.
Amanda's like, he could have just apologized to me, and Mia is confused because is this normal? Poor Mia. Poor Mia
really has no idea what's going on because at least last weekend, Bailey and Levi got a little, taste of the vibes of this couple.
Yeah, no, she can't believe that people were eating through the apology. And I was like, girl, I wouldn't have even waited for him to start. I hear him take a breath to speak. I'm stuffing rolls in my mouth.
Especially once it starts to go off the rails. I'm not waiting for this speech to end.
This is like when you are at a wedding and a really bad toast is being given and you just hope wine is in front of you. That's what kind of every time Kyle speaks is.
You're so right about that.
So Kyle goes to the front porch with the Amazon boxes, and he just can't imagine someone laughing at someone as they're trying to address a group of friends. Carl goes to check on Kyle, which everyone's like, I don't think you need to do that, but he does. He looks at Kyle and he goes, don't sweat it. That's going to solve anything.
Like, this is no big deal. Let's just go back.
Kyle says, fuck Ciara. He says he has stood up for her nonstop over the years and he can't win. He can't even apologize without being laughed at and crucified. And it's rubbing off on Amanda because now she's giving up. And Kyle just wants Ciara for once to be a friend of both of them and bitches about how Amanda and Ciara have never gone to bat for him and he's all alone. And I was like, but why does it have to be the girls? Carl's going to bat for you. You're clearly not alone. Why does it bother you that the girls don't have your back?
And by not having their back, by the way, they giggled. That's what not having his back is. Because did they do anything else besides whisper a few things to each other and giggle?
No, but then also Ciara not having his back means that Ciara has his wife's back. And I don't know, I feel like as a husband or a spouse, you should be really happy when your partner has support.
Well, when their best friend backs them?
Hello.
I would never expect my partner's best friend to immediately take my side always.
No,
that would be
never.
Weird. That means you're not their best friend, in my opinion.
And also, if you're ever yelling at my best friend, I'm telling you to cut it out.
100%.
Amanda did the right thing. Yeah. And also, Carl has your back, but you're just so hung up that not everyone loves you the most.
That, and also it's literally not that deep. It's not like they were screaming about how terrible of a person he is and he really needs somebody to have his back and fight for him and fight for his character. They were giggling
about how that apology was about Amanda and he didn't give her a separate apology. Hilarious. I would laugh too. So back at the table, Jesse tells us that 86 minutes ago, Kyle gave a really nice apology to the boys. And Amanda's like, no, that's great, but I haven't gotten an apology.
That's wild.
That's crazy that Amanda hasn't received any sort of apology.
Kyle is now in the category of oh, you hate your wife. I always thought he loved himself more than her.
But he still loved her. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, no. You hate her.
It's giving Tom Schwartz, who cosplays loving his wife, but actually doesn't.
100%. And instead of Tom Schwartz, where like he picked Tom Sandoval over Katie, Kyle is just picking the club over Amanda.
Well, he would pick anyone over Amanda.
True.
At this point, anyone who's out with him, anyone who loves
gives
him,
an ounce of attention,
ounce of positive attention, he's it.
Honestly, even negative attention, let's be honest, he kind of likes it.
Well, no, Ciara's giving him negative attention. He hates it.
That's true.
He hates it. So Kyle tells Carl that he wanted to get the apology out on the top of dinner so that they could have fun. And Carl's like, okay, yeah, like the laughing was weird, but like there's nothing you can do about it. So just like
move on.
Shut the fuck up next time. So Carl sits back down at the table and Ciara's like, so how much does Kyle hate me? And Carl says that Kyle feels like Ciara has this fuck you Kyle energy and Kyle doesn't understand where this is coming from. And Carl just says that Kyle is sensitive and Wes and Jesse are cracking up because Kyle's fucking fine. He's a baby. He's a man-child.
He's so sensitive. I didn't realize like men were this sensitive over some giggles. Like, get a grip.
A woman's greatest fear is to be murdered and a man's greatest fear is to be embarrassed. No, but I also enjoyed this episode where Jesse and Wes start to see like, oh, Kyle's kind of the villain.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like Kyle is taking such minute things so seriously, and Amanda is taking very serious things very seriously, but Kyle is not taking those things seriously. So they're like, oh, like they're clocking Kyle's viewpoint on this and realizing like, yeah, he's fine, but like if they were in Kyle's shoes, they wouldn't be doing this, and they know that.
Yeah, and it's always crazy when the boys realize that the bros are not who they really want to be around at this point.
When their bro is like taking it too far, or they're like, oh,
that's always rough.
Oh,
yep. So Levi is like, it's really uncomfortable to now like get into another conversation because
100%,
which I get. And Carl's like, let's try. Who's the hottest guy in the house? And Levi's like, okay, it's Ben, obviously.
Carl, incredible like change.
Was Carl looking for a compliment? What was going on?
I don't know, but I don't think he was, because I don't think he like thinks of himself like that highly, not in like he's not hot or anything, but I don't think he would be fishing for compliments like that. But I think this is him being on a TV show for 10 years and being like, let's start some shit up. Let me produce this.
Let me do this. Yeah. Kyle's not here to produce. Lands on me.
I got this.
Lindsay's not here. Carl is next in line because we all know it goes Kyle, Lindsay, then Carl.
100%.
Those are your producer plans. Okay, so dinner's over. Kyle has brought out life-size cutouts of the house to put in the club room so he can actually DJ in front of people, which was so embarrassing.
Because he was like, so then like I can like DJ to people. That's
cardboard.
Statement is so telling that it's like, oh, you can't handle being alone so much for 5 minutes in your own house that you have to put fake people.
Yeah, it was weird. Also, to then, and I get we're just like moving on because no one wants to deal with this, but my God, if I was at this dinner table, I would be like, are we supposed to dance to Kyle's music now? Is he all better? Did he get all his tears? It's like a child when they finish their tantrum and you're like, okay, we'll move on. But as an adult, if I saw an adult throw a tantrum, I'd be like, I don't think we can move on. Can we?
As someone who grew up in a family with adults having tantrums, it is in your best interest
to just move
on, literally sweep it under the rug, pretend nothing happened, and keep it moving. Because you're trying to keep their energy high. It's like, let's keep Kyle like having a fun time. Let's listen to let's do all the things Kyle would want to do right now.
Absolutely noted. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
So Wes takes Ciara's sunglasses, right? And she's like, oh my God, are those my sunglasses? And he's like, haha, I grabbed them. And she goes, take them off your sweaty fucking forehead, which you didn't think would be important. But then he's talking to Amanda and he's like, yeah, I think the night's always going like really well. And then Ciara like sneaks one in that really hurts my feelings, which I was like, she was joking. If I look at someone, I'm like, take my sunglasses off your sweaty fucking forehead.
Yes.
That's funny. But I understand if maybe it's your ex and you're kind of scared of them and you're like, I don't know.
And he has a little PTSD from like last year.
Of
like
course.
Her wrath really meant a lot. So he's like, is she mad at me? Which like, I like that all these boys are walking on eggshells. This is exactly what I want them.
As they should. They should always be uncomfortable.
Yes.
He doesn't know if they're friends or if they're flirting or if she hates his guts. And he just never knows if she's joking or not. So he gives the sunglasses back and is like, I'm so sorry. I'll never again.
I love this. I love exactly where this is.
The only man that does not need to walk around in eggshells right now is Ben, because he's cleaning up pasta and Bailey's like, hey, can I help you? And he's like, sure. And then he looks at Bailey. He's like, oh, not in your dress. Absolutely not. Get away from the pasta.
Obsessed.
And that can be a comfortable man until he does something to piss me off.
Ben and Carl, because I think Carl's been doing well, yes. And he cleaned up last week for dinner too. Yeah. So like
Carl can currently be comfortable. Sure. Yes. He won't be once Lindsay comes. So we'll give him comfortability right now.
He did see Lindsay's cardboard cutout later in this episode and kind of like,
he was like,
scared.
Ooh, jump. They did. I don't think I took a note on this, but at some point, Wes and Kyle are like putting their cardboard cutouts together, Carl and Lindsay's. Did you see that?
They were like dancing behind the DJ booth?
They were emulating a hand job, I think. Because Lindsay's hand was down, they kept moving her cardboard cutout. Maybe it was, but they were giggling, and I was like, boys would. It
was like right behind the DJ like booth a little bit, so I thought that it was like them partying.
Maybe.
Interesting.
They were only moving Lindsay though, so I was like, why are they not moving Carl a little? But maybe you're right. Maybe it was dancing. I thought it looked weird.
I've seen some videos too on their socials of them like playing around with them, and like these are funny bits, but I can't love it as much because Kyle's the one who brought it.
Yeah.
For himself.
I get it. Okay, so at 10:17 p.m., we're getting ready to go out. Not all of us are going out again. I cannot get out of my summer house. I'm so sorry. Please go out. Please, I beg of you. Please go out and get drunk every night. I'm so sorry. Make it every night.
The only time I want to see people stay in is when we do like the girls' night in and the boys go out.
Sure.
Or like one group does dinner in, one group does dinner out.
But we're not just going to sleep. We cannot just go to bed.
That's sorry. The thing is, I hate hang out in the living room and like do a crafty thing or have a pajama party, like make a martini, like have some girl talk.
Just go out for an hour and then you can come home. Agreed. I just need something.
Or like sit outside and talk. Like,
oh my God, go swimming, build a fire for God's sake. Be lube,
build a fire.
Anything. Ugh, okay, so Amanda's staying in. She's in bed already. And Kyle was like, you're going to bed by yourself? And Amanda's like, yeah, I go to bed by myself every night. And Kyle apologizes for getting drunk, for talking about their sex life, and for talking about their apartment, and for talking about Amanda behind her back. And he says he's tried to talk to Amanda multiple times this week. And Amanda says, no, you haven't. You're lying. So then Ubers are here. And Kyle and Amanda are still arguing because Amanda's like, you didn't try to talk to me at all. All you did was complain and pout around the apartment. And Amanda says, also, let's talk about the weed issue. She doesn't smoke. She says, we'll never know the truth, unfortunately, but I trust Amanda. But she says she doesn't smoke until the dogs have their last walk, and that's after 10 p.m. And so Kyle has all day to talk to Amanda. And Kyle says adults work during the day, so they're tired. And she's like, you don't think everyone's tired at night? Like, they could still have conversations. You call me during the day. Hello.
But also, like, if you're on her about smoking weed and not being available at night, then you can't take the other 50% of the day and, like, block it off.
50%?
You have to give a little bit.
He has all day
No,
long.
but he's saying, oh, I'm working all day and then I'm tired at night. So, like, I'm busy, like, 50% of these hours in the day.
God.
And it's like, okay, but so it has to happen when you want it. Like, you're not willing to shift at all is crazy.
The fact that you can't carve out 30 minutes in the day to be like, hey, man. Yeah, it might be super weird to be like, hey, I'm on calls all day, but I have 30 minutes here. Or can you talk?
Or I'm tired and I'm going to have the conversation tired.
Yeah, that shows some sort of like, I don't know, like you're trying an effort to try to talk to her. Yeah.
Like, he needs to do it when she's available because you're the one who needs to apologize.
You're the one that wants to
her.
talk. Yeah, you just can't wake up and pout.
Yeah, why does she need to make it convenient for you?
Yeah, so they solve nothing. Kyle goes out. Ciara and me are also staying in. So then it's 11:20 p.m. We're out. I love seeing the footage, the phone footage. But then back at the house, Mia calls her boyfriend Scott. They met through mutual friends. He owns restaurants in New York, LA, and Miami. He's the hardest working man Mia knows, but that also drives her insane because he travels all the time for work. And she says last year she only saw him for like half a year. So then Ciara goes to check on Amanda. Amanda says she's fine, but these fights get her thinking about how Kyle's going to treat like their children if maybe their children don't see something from his point of view. And I was like, that's, you know what? And I don't know how this like applies to Kyle. Maybe it doesn't, but I was always told, see how someone treats their mom. That's how they're going to treat their wife. But I also think how they treat their wife is how they're going to treat their children. I think it all flows.
Even if they don't treat their children that way, your children will learn from how he treats you. So like they're going to treat you that way.
Very true.
I'm happy she's talking about this. And this is why I love the 24/7 surveillance, because in a normal reality TV show, I don't think she would have said this to a physical camera person in front of her.
Yeah, definitely. So Ciara's not saying Kyle would be a bad dad, but she is saying that Amanda deserves better. And Amanda says she knows, but sometimes she wonders if she's good enough for someone else. And it was just so heartbreaking.
It's like she thinks that like, this is it for me. Like it's scary to leave everything you've known for years.
I mean, it's been 10 plus years at this point. Because they dated before the show.
Yep.
Ciara gets really emotional telling Amanda how amazing she is. And she like hates that Amanda thinks these things because like they obviously aren't true. Like anyone out of Amanda can see how amazing she is. Like, my God, Carl has talked about how incredible Amanda is. Jesse and Wes love Amanda. Like, Ciara, Paige, everyone loves fucking Amanda. But, like, I think also she's just been beaten down by this man for how fucking long?
I was about to say, the person she spends the most time with says the worst things about her, especially who she is as a person. He always says she's lazy. She doesn't do anything. Now she's smoking all the time. Like, all she hears is how terrible she is. And so why would somebody be attracted to the person that Kyle makes her out to be?
Yeah. And not only like what he says to her, but how he treats her. He never prioritizes her. He never gives her time. He doesn't even come home. He doesn't care that there are rumors going about that he's cheating. Like, just all of that has to be just so heartbreaking to deal with.
Think, why wouldn't somebody else treat me this way? So I might as well stay with the person that I do genuinely have a friendship with and a history with and like a life with versus starting fresh.
It's someone who, this person is already supposed to love me the most. We've been dating for 10 years. We've been best friends for that long. We've been married for X amount of years. Like, this is my person. And if they don't love me this much, how is anyone else supposed to?
Yeah, like it can only get worse because like I'm sure she like loves his family and it's easy. Like their lives are already combined. They have a business together. It's a big risk in your mind to think like it could be worse. Like what if this is the best I could ever have?
Oh my God, that's heartbreaking. I love Amanda. I know I was harsh on her in that first episode, but like I hate the fighting. I don't care. But I love the vulnerability that Amanda shows because she's done it in previous seasons and it's incredible.
If we're going to get the fighting, I want these thoughts from Amanda and her processing what her and Kyle are and seeing the breakdown of the marriage from her side on the actual marriage, not just them like fighting and bickering.
I agree. Yeah. So it's 1:13 a.m. The house makes it home. The boys party in the pool for a little bit. They wake Amanda up. That is so fucking rude.
Well, her bedroom's hard. I think no matter what, like even if they were a little quieter, she would still wake
I know,
up.
But damn it. Just don't get home at 1 and go to sleep.
Okay, but my thing is when Kyle comes in, if she's able to fall back asleep, don't you dare wake her up.
That's true. Don't you dare. So then it's July 12th, 8:19 a.m. House is starting to wake up. Carl and KJ go for a run together. Kyle separately goes on a run, but before he leaves, he tells Amanda he'll be back. And she looks at him and goes, okay. And Kyle seems upset by this. And she goes, I'd assume you'd be back. Which, here's the thing. We know Kyle's just like trying to get attention. And when Amanda doesn't respond the exact way he wants, right? Like he's upset. I thought about it. When people say, I'll be back, I always just go, okay, have fun, like without even thinking. But yeah, I think if I lived with someone and every time they left the room, they were like, I'll be back, I'd be like, okay.
especially like when you're not on great terms. Like he's clearly fishing, like you said, for attention, but he's not doing anything to like communicate and be vulnerable with her and say like, hey, I'm feeling really sad. Can you like pay me some extra attention, or can you like, you know, talk to me in a better way? Like he's just being like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And if she's not like, oh my God, I'm going to miss you, have the best time, he's disappointed. He's now pissed off at her.
He could have like made an effort and like kissed her and been like, I really don't like fighting with you. I'm going to go on my run. Maybe
I can't wait to see you
that'll
after.
cool me down and then we could talk after. I'll be back, whatever. No, he's just like, hey, I'm leaving. Okay. You made a statement that I don't even have to respond to.
He clearly wants connection, and that is like absolutely okay. He feels disconnected from her. He wants to hang out with her, but he's not doing those bids for connection and actually saying like, let's go on a date night, let's spend quality time together. It's all hindering on these little interactions.
Yeah.
And it's like if she doesn't perform in the exact way, he's gonna lose his mind. And so instead of going down a surefire path for connection, spending time actually with your wife, he's doing the opposite and getting mad.
I started laughing because he really wants her to like start crying that he's exiting the room. He wants her to ask.
He would also be mad if she like faked that.
100%. But he's always also like, oh, she never asked me questions. What do you want to ask her? Where are you running to? Like,
I need Andy Cohen to ask that at the reunion. Like, what do you want?
You're not giving me anything to ask questions about. Like when I go on a date and it's terrible, they give me nothing. What am I supposed to ask about?
Yeah.
If you don't give me anything, I have not. You're leaving to go on a run, I assume. Okay.
And she's not a runner. You do this all the time. I don't fucking care the route you're gonna run.
What kind of shoes are you wearing?
Well, it's like you have to go do the thing so then I can ask about it. But also, I'm not going to ask about this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm going to leave. And she goes, okay, please text me how your run is going. Like, no,
live stream it for me.
Oh my God. He was like insufferable. Okay, is this what being married is? Because it's miserable.
I will not be in a marriage like this. Not happening.
Okay, so then Bailey and Levi talk about dinner. And they're like, this Amanda Kyle thing is so fucking complicated. And Bailey says, but it's not that confusing because Bailey says her last relationship was like this. Amanda and Kyle are both like, fuck off to each other. And Bailey sees herself in Amanda and she's like, I can't deal with this again. But she's like, you know who's not like that is Ben. So could date him.
Oh my God.
I'm like, girl, then go flirt. Go flirt Ben or something.
It's so funny. He is hot, but I'm like, you could get in this exact spot with Ben. Like this happens to so many relationships where you just like the resentment builds up, and you just can't get past it. Like Ben is not perfect.
Ben, not that white man, just every other white man. Girl, they're all gonna at one point. If you handle it wrong, they all are gonna disappoint you at some point.
100%. It's an equal opportunity for a terrible relationship with every single person you meet.
For all people, true.
Yeah.
So it's 9:09 a.m. Carl and KJ are back. Carl is super freaked out by these cardboard cutouts. And Amanda's like, you know, it'd be funny. I'm going to put one outside of West's door. She doesn't, though. She puts Ben outside of...
No, she does. But did you notice all the room swaps?
Yes.
So that was West's room.
Oh, but Bailey and Levi were in there. Because they open up the door and they're like, well, we're just going to keep Ben. Then he's held hostage.
I also was annoyed they didn't, they kind of addressed Mia taking Jesse's room. So then Jesse and Wes had to take
sharing
Bailey and Levi's room because of the double beds.
Oh, I thought that was KJ's old room.
No, that was Levi.
But aren't Levi and...
They're now in a shared bed, not that double bedroom.
Oh.
No, they were in that double
beds.
Correct.
Weren't there?
Correct. So KJ's still in his with Ben.
Oh, because KJ had old Jesse and West.
Correct.
This is the other one. Yeah. Okay.
Where the girls had a closed bed and a sleeping bed.
You're right.
So then to make sure everybody can have a bed.
I did notice that. I noticed the room swap and I was like, oh, I guess she didn't put it in front of Wes's door. But you're right. That was Wes.
Yeah. And she's in the mix. She's downstairs. She's in the mix.
She has no idea.
Know the upstairs
Yeah.
layout.
You're right. Love that. Also, I would have been like Jesse West, just share a bed together. Like, stop being weird. Let us have our closed bed. We have our closed bed. Hello. Or I'd be like, I also don't want to share a bed with. We were going to separate tonight.
Yeah, now that we need both beds, we're separating.
You can't do that. We're actually going to put them together and make one giant bed, so you can't come in on our fun like this.
We need more mega beds.
Truly. So Jesse's helping Ciara pick out some bathing suits in the hopes of a nip slip. Listen, I have a lot of like male friends.
Mm-hmm.
I would literally, and maybe this is their relationship. They haven't known each other that long, but I feel like if one of my guy friends was like praying for a nip slip, I'd be like, okay, weirdo.
No, that's weird. I could see myself picking out clothes with like a guy friend if he's just sitting there on my bed being like, which one should I wear? Maybe not swimsuits. I don't have the body that Ciara does, but I could see being like, which one should I wear? Like, that's fine. But yeah, Jesse being like, ooh, and she's like, don't think with your dick.
They're new friend. Like, a lot of my guy friends are like years and years and years. They're semi-new friends, but still, I'd be like, please stop. Maybe this is like when you're model hot, everyone says stuff like that to you.
Well, and also Jesse's always been super flirty with her.
That's
so
true.
Like, this
That's
is
true.
more their banter. I don't have this relationship in any regard with my guy friends.
No. Okay, so then Ciara asked Jesse if he met anyone last night. And he said he met up with a girl he's been talking to, but he didn't have that spark. And then Mia's also in the room and she's like, oh, Jesse, what's your type? And he says he goes for nice, normal girls and he's looking for a relationship because he's been single for a while. And Ciara's like, please, you've been single for a year. Never forget last summer.
How do you feel about him like not really like counting?
I understand from his perspective that it's only 8 weeks and like it was kind of a summer fling. I can see that. However,
and it was for a TV show.
However, I must disagree because the way he treated Lexi and his actions, that was a relationship. That was we're dating after 3 days. That was like the quickest turnaround. You met parents. Like, no. You are in a committed relationship.
He said, I love you, weekend one.
Yeah. We are in a committed. This was a relationship. It doesn't have to be a long one, but you were in a relationship. Some people have relationships for 2 months. This is that.
Yeah.
You guys just skipped the courting part.
This was the teaser that came out. And so I went on a walk with Jill and I was like, this proves that he only got into a relationship with Lexi to sleep with her.
Yeah. And to have a storyline because look at him now. He really doesn't have a storyline.
No, I don't think he's had one confessional.
No, Jesse this season's a B character.
100%.
So, like
somebody online said that Ciara was treating him like her gay best friend, and I cannot 100%. Unsee it. Like that he's a B character. He's the gay best friend.
He's not himself. He just became Paige, but he's not even good enough to be Paige. He's like he's the off-brand Paige. He's the
Walmart brand version. Like, he's like, can I unzip Paige's skin?
He's the weird. He doesn't even make Walmart.
What's that Chinese store that's like super Temu? He's the Temu Paige.
Oh my God. He's like the Shein version of that. Like, he's terrible.
If he could unzip Paige's skin and climb right in and become Paige, he would do it this season for his storyline. He's the single most boring. I prefer Levi to Jesse this season. She at least is naming the hot guys or something. Jesse doesn't have his own thing. This starts it, but then it becomes about Ciara, which it should, but you know what I mean. And we know that Jesse's storyline is going to become him.
He wants to
maybe being in love with Ciara, and it's like, I don't want that.
No.
I want West and Ciara. Get out of here, Jesse.
Get out of here. Okay, we don't have to talk about it yet because it's not happening. But also to do that to your friend, fuck you. Fuck you. You're not Paige because Paige would never.
It's wild.
Never.
Because one of our first friendship rules was the manifest rule that even if I go missing, you can't go after my person.
I can't date your ex.
I'm in the house with you and you're trying to go after my ex?
If I don't see a body, I can't go after your ex.
And even if you did see my body, my dead body, it's still weird, but you can do it.
Very cold. It'd have to be very cold.
We've discussed you're weird, though.
It is weird. Oh my God.
You're just allowed to now.
That'd be so weird. But now you could. But you're all living in the house. Like, that's crazy.
I would never be friends with you again if I had to watch it go down.
At least in Manifest, she was missing for 5 years. If West goes missing for 5 years, we'll consider it. But if he comes back, you have to break up. That's the rule.
Yep.
Like, hello. You're so right. He's breaking manifest.
He's breaking our manifest code of conduct.
Okay, where were we? Oh, so Jesse doesn't count Lexi as a relationship, whatever. He says his last real relationship was 2019. Great. So Ciara's like, hey, Jesse, I think you should date the opposite of what you're looking for. Also, I hate when guys are like, I only date nice girls. Blah. Whatever. Boring. That just means you want to be the star of the relationship. You want to be Kyle. That's what you want. Because Amanda was a nice girl, remember? Then she grew a backbone. Yeah,
she got some friends who helped her start
build
laughing
her
at Kyle.
Self-confidence up. Yeah. So Ciara says maybe date someone fiery, someone who will talk back and have an opinion. I love how having an opinion is something some people don't look for. That's crazy.
Get away from me if you don't want me to have an opinion.
All I do is have opinions. I always tell people, like, in certain houses, you respect the patriarchy. My dad is the lowest man on the totem pole in my house. Like, you think I respect men? Please. Please.
I always say that, like, the women rule my family 100%. And all we do is bully my dad, as it should be. And then my friend group is the exact same way. Like, the men are not submissive, but they are like the second most important. It's like we all are the shining stars and they are just around us.
Sometimes my dad pulls a Kyle and just talks and talks and talks, but we're doing other stuff. And then when he stops talking, we don't acknowledge him. And then if he says, no one listens to me, we'll all be like, yeah, because we don't care what you have to say. So you think having an opinion is an option? Not here, not on this podcast. Get away. So neither of us can date Jesse because he's not into opinions.
That is the last man I want. Because the thing is also, I don't want you to be like Carl, who says he like wants somebody who's strong and opinionated and then be upset that they're not soft. Like, it's okay to want someone who is soft and more meek and like it's okay to have a type, but don't try to change someone. I don't like when the opinionated, fiery people are like caged birds. You're not going to do that to people.
And Lindsay said, you cannot do it to me. And he said, then I must end this engagement, I guess. Thought I could change you. Thought I could change for the best.
It was for the best.
Never forget the squeeze me tighter. That's my favorite. Still disgusting. Oh my God. I really hate this conversation. So Ciara knows that Jesse is going to do anything he can get away with. So he needs someone that won't let him get away with everything. I also hate that statement.
Same.
Like, do whatever the fuck you want. And if you ever cross me, I'll kill you. How about that?
But why is it on the woman to like keep him in check? It's not her job. She's not his mom.
I agree.
And even his mom shouldn't have to do that.
They always say this on Love Island and it drives me nuts where they're like, I love to go out, so I need someone to like check me. No, bitch.
Well, it's like, I'll put you in your place, but that's not my job to like give you morals and be your barrier. It's like, I should be someone who, like, if you're a wild person and I like to stay at home, we balance each other out. And so you stay in with me, I go out with you a little bit. But, like, it shouldn't be like, oh, like, she tells me when I'm doing something wrong.
Well, do whatever he can get away with unless someone says, so you're going to get away with murder unless your girlfriend is like, maybe don't.
Yeah,
maybe
like, what are you
do
it. Cheat on me? And then when I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't work.
Please don't.
You're like, okay, I won't again now that I know the boundaries.
I mean, look at what he did to Lexi. He was pushing those he was talking shit about her, and then when she was like, can you not? He still said, I'm going to do it.
And look at Kyle and Amanda.
Yeah. Ciara does acknowledge that she's naming characteristics of herself, but Jesse should just go find someone like her. Not everyone should be her, but like...
But everybody should be her.
I get it.
I would want to be her.
I wish I was. A genie ever shows up, that's my wish. Make me Ciara Miller.
Talk about somebody's skin I want to just take
peel
and zip
off.
myself right in.
100%. So it is 12:20 p.m. We're going to the beach. The boys are playing, what's that, slam ball. They're having a great time.
But they're really
all the
into
boys
it.
love that game. I've seen so many boys play that game. It's the weirdest. And no one's ever taught me to play, which I don't think I want to, but I've been told like, oh, you don't know how to play slam ball? When is a woman getting into this slam ball game? Because y'all are really monopolizing it.
It's kind of like volleyball, but you have to put it into the net and like bounce it to each other. And
I don't like that.
I know.
I'm out.
So if
I'm
your
out
team
already.
bounced it in, it's the other team's job to get it next.
No
and it
thanks.
can't touch the ground.
Sounds boring. Anyway, so Amanda is like, I hate that the boys all get along. We should start drama between them. And I was like,
100% agree.
100%. So Kyle's goal tonight is to be home by midnight. And KJ says, not me, because he's trying to be one of the lads this summer. He's so not. It's painful, but it's cute. It's cute. It's cute.
But it's giving Carl, I want to be in the mix.
It is.
Like,
it is. KJ his goal is to not catch feelings. He wishes he could be like Wes and Jesse and chill with like 10 girls at the club. But for him, being single is a challenge, which I was like, I think there are two ends of the spectrum. I think yours is also kind of alarming, KJ. It's equal to Jesse, who's like, I never want to date anyone. And then KJ's like, I can't go a day without dating someone. It's like,
that's true.
Let's marry them in the middle.
But I appreciate because some of it did come off as just like the socialness aspect of like being out. I want to be in the mix. I want to be out with the guys. And I'm excited for him to have Jesse and Wes.
Yeah.
And Kyle, like they're going to lead the charge. He just has to follow them.
And
like
Carl
he'll have the
are
fun
in the
summer.
back.
They're like, let's go.
He's a cutie. KJ is a cutie for sure.
He is honestly a great addition to this house.
Great addition. Don't fuck him up, Bravo. You always fumble the men of color. You always fumble the people of color. I can't have it anymore.
True. And I can't wait to talk about that later when he comes up again.
Okay, so Wes checks in with Kyle. Kyle says he wanted to address all the issues in front of everyone because drama can affect the whole house. And Wes tells Kyle, look, it was an overcorrection. Like, you don't have to do a grand gesture for Amanda. Amanda would prefer issues not be public, which is crazy that Wes, who's known Amanda for 3 years, is telling her husband of that amount of time.
But if you think about it, Wes did that the same. Like, Wes has gone through this with Ciara and even more public. So Wes has really learned from his experience 2 years ago. And I'm really happy to see that. And the fact that he's guiding Kyle on how to handle this, I'm like, wow, mature, love it. I'm falling in love with Wes so quickly again.
God, how are you not already?
I know, but this is just another thing where I'm like,
oh, no, it's bad. I'm so down deep for this dude. It's embarrassing. It's like, I've never met him. I don't think I've ever seen him in public. He's just so my type. He's just so terribly my type. And I hate it.
He isn't everything of mine, but like from a reality TV, just like fandom, like I'm in love. But from a dating,
this is real life my type. I am so down bad for this man. And the worst part is I could never be his girlfriend because I would say you fumbled, Ciara, and I ship you two together. So what am I doing here? That's the worst part of all this.
You're the person in the rom-com where you're the one they're dating and realizing they're still in love with their ex.
Dude, tell me lies. I'm the Lydia. I would be like, you just fucked your ex at a wedding I came to you with. That's me.
But you're, instead of Lydia being pissed, you're like, I was trying to help you the entire time at the rehearsal. I'm a little
heartbroken, but also I was trying to set them up.
You're at the rehearsal trying to set it up. Yeah.
I beg Ciara maybe like 1 weekend a year with Wes, and then she can have the rest. But I love him too. That's the problem.
I love that. Wes to me is like the guy friend that I like have such banter with. People think I'm flirting with, and I'm like, no, we're just in such a good groove. Like this is all friendship here.
I could have that too, but I would be the girl that secretly has a crush on him, but we're just friends. Oh my God, it would be so bad for me. Anyway, the crew does dirty dancing lifts. Ciara and Jesse succeed. Kyle and Carl fail miserably.
Yeah.
2 men who saw that coming. So we're really harsh on men this episode. I don't care.
This lifetime.
So Kyle asks Amanda to take a walk to Apology Dune with him, which I didn't realize how many apologies happened in this dune.
And I'm so angry that Kyle, that was an epic line. That was epic.
Yeah, that was awesome. That Apology Dune now added to the clubhouse. That was so good.
And I'm like, okay, if I ever go to the Hamptons, I need to know where Apology Dune
I gotta take a picture at Apology Dune now. Like, how dare you do this to me? So Kyle says he knows last night came across as an excuse, but says that they need to work on their communication. And Amanda says she has tried talking to Kyle. And Kyle says he just wants to feel like they're on the same page.
Which at first I'm like, okay, this is going well.
Amanda says, great, but I'm not going to do things for you if you're not doing things for me. That
Clear
would
communication.
Be same page. That would be same page.
Yeah.
And Amanda says that she just needs Kyle to get his drinking under control. And Kyle says he only drinks when he's social. And Amanda goes, well, that's the issue, because then she says she has to feel like she's babysitting him, and she doesn't want that. And then she wants to believe that her husband will be responsible enough to come home to her at night, which it's so embarrassing that as like a 45, 50-year-old, whatever he is, that you are not responsible to get home every night.
Yeah.
To your wife?
You know, for years, she has been having these conversations behind the scenes, and she has done everything to not have them on camera, because the level of detail she is saying right now is insane, but like, makes sense.
And I mean, even if when she was avoiding, we knew these were the issues. We weren't
100%.
stupid.
But she was being nice to him by not saying them on camera.
Okay, so he says last night he was actually the least fucked up person there. And she goes, okay, last weekend you were the most. So
well, I'm like, you won an award for that? That should be the norm.
Also, where were we on the least fucked up person? You took one
really
less
good
shot
point
than everyone else.
Really good point.
Carl. So no.
Actually, you're wrong.
Kyle says he was in a horrible place last weekend, so can't she understand why he was the most fucked? I know, gobsmacked.
But that's the problem, is he's like, see, I was unhappy, so like, let me let loose. And it's like, if you feel the need to let loose every time you're unhappy, my guy, A, that's really concerning from just a general drinking perspective, but B, you're unhappy a lot because you live a very stressful life, which all for you, like having this amazing company and career, but like that is a stressful life. And so that's not fair to use that as the reason you're drinking and you're going off the rails.
Well, Meredith, if you remember the first, let's say, 5 seasons of Summer House, Kyle would drink a lot to let loose from his job. And then the next few seasons, Kyle was drinking a lot to let loose from Loverboy. And now he's drinking a lot to let loose of his relationship. This man can always we can always find something to be stressed about.
Well, we can always find a reason to drink, too.
This is so dumb. I hate this whole conversation.
No, this tracks, though. I'm like, Kyle has no self-awareness in the situation.
It also, at some point, I don't know if it's here, but at some point, I get really triggered. Oh my God, I had to shut my laptop and be like, I need a minute. Kyle told Amanda before that if they didn't get their shit together for summer, he was going to have a mental breakdown. So this is him having a mental breakdown. And Amanda's like, okay, great. So another excuse?
What a threat. If we don't get on the same page, I'm going to have a mental breakdown. And by the way, he's not having a mental breakdown. He's getting hammered and being mean to her.
Go to therapy if you're having a mental breakdown.
As someone who does get stressed, drinks, and has like mental breakdown, and it goes at someone a la Kyle, it is very embarrassing. I am very embarrassed about it. And it is on me to change that. That is not okay. And I have, thank God, haven't rage texted in probably 3 years.
Oh, you were a big rage texter. Yeah.
But like, that's not normal. And like, I would wake up and be apologetic. Embarrassed. I usually want to drink for 2 weeks. Like, that is not the effort we're getting from Kyle here.
How is this man not embarrassed? After dinner last night, I'm not drinking a drop. I can't act out of the norm.
And I never blamed it on someone else. I mean, like, there was one time where somebody did make me mad, and I was like, okay, you did make me mad, and like, that did help spur it. But I knew I was the one who made all those decisions regardless.
I get it. Okay, so Amanda says she deals with Kyle's drinking and the rumors. And Kyle says he only wants to talk to Amanda if they're going to make progress. And Amanda's like, but you don't like anything I'm saying. Dude. So how are we making progress?
It's like, oh, only Kyle can give commentary. Only Kyle can give feedback. The minute Amanda does, it's like, no, because like we're not going to make progress because you won't budge on jack shit.
Well, Amanda says he shuts down the minute she brings up his drinking, which is her main fucking issue. So Kyle says he's upset because as soon as he proposed, Amanda started saying no to everything. And Amanda's like, okay, but me going out should not change your faithfulness to me and how intoxicated you get when you go out.
Like, I cannot believe the things he's saying right now.
This is what triggered me because I have an ex who used to guilt trip me into staying in. He would say the weirdest shit and I would stay in and then he would go out and he would cheat on me and then come back and blame it on me for not. I know, but I was in a very dark place. So I like fell for all of it. But then once I got out, I was like, bro, none of that shit's on you.
I don't think Amanda has a problem with Kyle being more social than her.
Agreed.
It's if he could do it in a normal amount, come home at like 2 a.m, not wake her up, like not be mean to her, I don't think she would have a problem. I kind of think she enjoys her alone time.
That, but also maybe instead of going out 5 nights a week, you go out 3, and then the other 2 days you spend with Amanda and not working. Or like, how about instead of having 12 drinks, you have 5? Like, why do you have to get shit-faced every time you go out? She was talking about that one guy she knows that's a DJ who's sober, and then after his set goes home to his wife and kids. Like, there's a way to do, if you actually want to be a DJ, there's a way to do it that Amanda's supportive of, but like, you have to respect her while doing it, because I don't think Kyle also gets that, like, his decisions are joint decisions at this point because he's in a marriage. So
because it affects her in some capacity.
And we can talk this whole thing of like, you be your own individual, but when you're in a marriage, you've agreed to do life with someone. So you have to take their opinions and their needs into consideration before you act. So if Amanda's saying, hey, don't get shit-faced and stay out till 4 a.m., but that is all he does, you're not actually taking this into consideration.
And I don't think he understands that, like, there could be compromise. But he's probably so black and white. Yes. It's like, Amanda hates my DJ career. She wants me to quit. No, she just doesn't want you spending the night at a fan's apartment till 6:30 in the morning.
So Kyle says he thinks their issues are compatibility, chemistry, intimacy, common interests.
Not wrong.
No, they have nothing in common. No.
I'm like, you're right.
They are not compatible. They have zero chemistry. They are no longer intimate, and there is no common interest. I understand 100%. Why have you guys been dating this long is the question, I guess. What made it this far?
It's giving Ariana and Tom Sandoval, though.
You know what?
And I'm like,
they at least, though, had, like, the arts as common interest. Like, they both at least were like, Amanda's more artistic and Kyle is business. Like,
yeah,
that's true. At least Sandoval and Ariana both liked making drinks. Like, there's one common interest they had.
True. I just think about that conversation in season 10 where they're sitting on the couch and Ariana's like, I just want to watch Love Island. And he's like, I want to go out and go to the Abbey. You never spend time with me.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm always here.
Yeah.
Kyle says, what about the days, weeks, months when she doesn't ask him a question? He doesn't know who he married. And then he storms away and says she's driving him to drink, and he's done.
This is where I lost it.
Oh my God. Everyone at this beach is like, oh my fuck. The whole house takes like a deep breath to try and calm down. And Kyle's yelling at her to get some curiosity, drive, intention, personality. Oh my, the way I would drop kick you. The other thing is, I understand Ciara because everyone's like, some producer comes over to Ciara and is like, hey, Amanda's crying, just to let you know. But Amanda was talking to a separate producer, like crying. So Ciara was like, I don't know if like there's much I can do. My ass, I'd be so pissed about this. And maybe Ciara didn't hear, or maybe Ciara's sick and tired of it. I would have drowned Kyle in that ocean right there. Been like, say my friend does have personality again. Do it.
If you've been in this house for forever. 2 weeks, where not even forever, just these 2 weeks of them fighting, I also, what else do you want me to say? Like, I'm having all these conversations with Amanda already. I'm doing it all. I get like, they're in a scene too. Like, I don't think people typically like jump into each other's scenes much. And so like, I would be Ciara too. Like, I'll talk to her at some point. Like
That's
she's
very
clearly
true.
fine enough. Like, she's with someone else consoling her. I don't think she needs me. But Kyle's so rude. The way he tears her down at any time he can is unmatched. I'm so tired of the Amanda is lazy narrative. Like, I'm actually getting pissed about it because people are commenting that on our stuff, and I'm like, she's not lazy. She's in a vacation home on a weekend. Get a grip.
Oh my God, people like literally, and her husband like can't let her do anything at Loverboy without fucking freaking out. So if you just are gonna complain about it, you do it. She like she keeps the household running. She's in charge of 2 dogs.
But it's messy, Alicia. There's 4 boxes around.
I'm gonna absolutely lose my mind on him. Also, that poor house is like, they're just gonna get back together. Like, they're not even broken up. They're just gonna apologize though. Like, what do we even do at this point?
That's another thing, is like, a marriage is not something I'm stepping into. If I give you commentary multiple times and nothing is changing, I'm done here.
For years at this point, like,
Yeah.
our other best friend told you to end the engagement because it's easier than ending a marriage. Like, if that didn't get you out of this, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
But Amanda's basically like, whatever, I didn't even get an I'm sorry.
She's so funny just sitting on that dune. She doesn't really care, it looks like. And I get that because she also knows the minute this airs as it has, he looks horrible. There's nothing she should say. Just let him speak for himself.
She's pulling her Katie home. She's biding her time until the proper moment, which I'm for. So it's 4:08 p.m. Kyle's storming around the beach being bad vibes. He says he was trying to apologize, and Amanda tells him he didn't even apologize. Like,
no, I'm sorry's on I'm sorry, Dune.
His response is, Amanda, dude, what are you trying to do? Which I was like trying to make you look bad, but it doesn't take a lot of effort.
No effort. Again, you do it to yourself. I don't think Kyle's an alcoholic because anything Amanda says. I think Kyle's an alcoholic and has alcohol. Maybe not alcoholic.
I don't think he's an alcoholic.
Issues. He has issues with alcohol.
He's Craig's definition of an alcohol. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Where Craig was like, I can't have one drink because then I cannot stop.
Yes.
Which I get, again, like, qualifies kind of as an alcoholic, but I think Craig just gave up liquor or something. Craig was weird about it, but
agreed. But I think those two are one and the same, where it's like you have issues with your own habits and your own self-control. And I don't think that because of what Amanda says. I see it with my own fucking eyes, you loser.
Yeah. So West is like, God, Kyle's such a fucking baby, dude. Like, West is so embarrassed for Kyle. So Amanda's done with the conversation, because they have this every summer. So why would she do little things for him when he can't do anything for her? Why should she show him respect when she doesn't get any? So then Kyle reapproaches Amanda and he's like, I'm sorry. And he says he loves Amanda and he doesn't want to throw this down the drain. And this makes him all sad and depressed. And Amanda says, same. And then Kyle says, but Amanda. Which she's like, no. How come Kyle can be sad and depressed, but Amanda can't?
No, that's his whole MO. Like, that is everything. She doesn't get an opinion. She doesn't get critiques on him. It's all about how she needs to change and she needs to do things for him. There's nothing he needs to do different.
So Amanda's like, I hurt every day too. And she doesn't get how she's asked Kyle for the same thing for years. And then he acts like he doesn't know what she needs from him. And Kyle says he's just a social person. And Amanda's like, but being social doesn't mean you have to cheat. And Kyle is speechless. He is gobsmacked.
Which I do get that one because it's like, that was 7 years ago. Like that, we are pulling back from the back gutters, but she is right about it. I'm just like, oh, we hate each other so much. Drudge it all up.
Here's the thing. Amanda says to this day, she gets DMs from everyone when Kyle goes out about his suspicious behavior. And Amanda, she says she honestly doesn't know if Kyle is cheating on her. He has in the past. There are rumors now. Who knows? You can tell in this interview, she does not give a fuck at this point.
Yeah.
Here's my thing with that. Yeah, you cheated 7 years ago. Even if you never cheated again, you shouldn't be giving people the idea that you could be cheating.
That's the issue.
That's disrespectful to me. Okay? So make it clear that you're not dating and you're married.
Stop putting yourself in positions that it looks like you could be cheating. Because I remember that one in Charleston when he was near the Southern Charm cast or something. He was DJing and he was talking so closely with a girl that the photos were going around, and I forget who people said it was. And I was like, that's wild. Even if this isn't true, that these photos exist.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, don't put yourself in a situation where it looks like you're cheating. Because then people just DM Amanda to be like, Kyle's cheating again. And then she reads that at home all the time. And then you don't get home till 6 a.m.
Yeah, because I think as a famous person, you're always going to get an amount of, like, with nothing fact checking it, nothing even like remotely near it actually happening. And so, like, why are we adding anymore? If I'm already going to get, let's say, one every month, why are you putting yourself in a position where I'm getting a DM every other day?
Look, and like the saying is, if there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm getting a lot of smoke. So at this point, are you dumb to believe that there's no fire? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I understand Kyle could never have cheated on her again. But the thing is, he has in the past. And now he's doing suspicious activity.
There's
it's
doubt
not
in her
out
mind.
of the realm. It's definitely not out of the realm, right? Which is the craziest part of all this.
And it was sad that she said, like, I don't even tell you about all of them.
Oh, yeah. She says she gets a lot, and she's even just stopped telling him because she gets so many. It's not even worth it.
Yeah, because he's not changing his behavior when she says, I'm hearing all of this stuff. It's not concerning to him that people are saying that about him. It doesn't bother him.
No, because he keeps putting her in that position. Which is why she says, why is she going to respect him if he doesn't respect her? That is basic respect.
Yeah.
So Amanda says she doesn't just like wake up mad at him. Like these things pile up. Like she's at home. He's not. She gets these DMs. He doesn't come home till 6 a.m. Like all the smoke is there. You know, it just feels like she doesn't even like communicate with Kyle about it.
And he doesn't register that. So then he like, she just wakes up, she's mad at him, and he's like, oh, she's just unnecessarily mad.
She's just a lazy bitch again. Yeah. Yep. Well, and so Kyle apologizes. He says he's trying his best and he loves Amanda. They hug. But Amanda says something has to change because she's tired of having the same conversation every summer. And Kyle feels very lost. And I would just like to say, Amanda, we're tired of watching it. Please, God, never have this conversation with a man ever again. The next time there's smoke, just get out of the kitchen. Like, please, God. It's not even worth it.
I hope this puts an end to some of this version of their fighting. Ugh. Like, I think they're going to bicker all season, but I can't do this conversation again.
I can't do the drinking thing again. It's been years. So KJ falls out of his chair and it's time to pack up. Wes and Jesse do check on Amanda, though, which is sweet. It was really
and Wes
sweet.
feeds her a sandwich.
It was really sweet. Okay, so it's 5:29 p.m. We get back to the house. Everyone's getting ready and showered because we're going to go out. Amanda's going to go out to dinner. We're going to have a dinner crew and a home crew, a takeout crew, if you will. But Amanda's going to go out to dinner because if there is a dinner to be had, she is there. Also, Kyle's staying in, so she's like, that's not me. Bailey and KJ are already ready. They're just waiting for the takeout and for everyone else to get ready. So they have a little chat. They talk about Arizona and how like KJ's family like lives there. And KJ opens up about how his mom and dad never got married because his dad was a player, like on the field and off.
The double entendre was great.
Yeah. If you remember, he was a Pirates professional baseball player.
Yes.
KJ's mom wasn't going to deal with that shit. And so, yeah, KJ shares that he hasn't talked to his dad in 5 to 6 years. And actually growing up, he didn't think he had a dad. He thought God was his dad, which is so cute, but so sad. But like, that's a cute thing for a kid to think.
100%. And also so wild because I just assumed, we had learned already that his mom moved them to Kansas City when he was 10. So I just kind of thought at the beginning of the story, like, oh, his dad, started to fall off. His mom got tired of it. I'm moving the kids. We're done here. And then they didn't see him. And it's like, no, he wasn't present basically his whole life, which is so sad.
And then one day a man with gifts just pulled up to the house.
Dude, that's crazy. Oh, can I also tell you like the bitchy like need to know details of drama? I'm like, I wonder if his dad paid any child support at all growing up.
Well, he's got money, so he better be.
Like, I hope his mom took
him to court.
His dad to court and like got child support because there were 3 kids too. It wasn't just one of them.
Absolutely, as she should. He's got the money. It's not going to back up unless he's out here pissing it away, which maybe.
Well,
but
most professional athletes do piss away their money within 5 years after leaving the sport.
Terrible. Okay, so KJ says he does reach out to his dad and his dad doesn't respond. Also, Bailey, love her. She is so animated during this conversation. I'm like, girl, tone it a little. Because she's like, 5 years. And I'm like, Bailey, shut the fuck up.
But she also moves right next to her, which I think
that's really nice.
I think Kyle started to play music and then she was like, I need to be able to hear you. So then she moved closer. And I loved them sitting in those 2 chairs. Like she was really engaged, but I do agree. Yeah, she was very animated. But I'm a very animated person, so I was like...
Same, but I think if someone was like, I haven't talked to my dad in 5 years, like, he doesn't reach out when I reach out to him, I don't think I'd be like, whoa, that's crazy. I think I'd be more like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
In 5-6 years, I had the same reaction. I was like, oh, because I thought something different. Like, I didn't realize, like, he wasn't really that active.
Maybe that's it.
Whoa!
I didn't really think about it. I probably would have been like, oh my God. Like, I would have looked more sad opposed to like surprised,
I was shocked because I also did the math then and I was like, okay, so like they didn't talk during COVID. We were all bored during COVID.
What was dad doing? Who was he talking to? Okay, so KJ has been around women his entire life. So he's really struggled in relationships because girls aren't used to a man who knows women and communicates his feelings, and then they tend to pull back. So he's trying to like reprogram and figure out a balance. But Bailey says, look, like women actually want that. So like you'll find a woman who does appreciate that you can communicate your feelings.
The right person will appreciate that. Yeah. Because that would freak me out. But like,
no,
we're not meant for each other.
So toxic. I was like, if a man had feelings, I like wouldn't know what to do. If he communicated, I don't communicate my feelings. So if he communicated them better than me, like I need to be the best feelings communicator in the group. I
need to get more to the middle, and so does KJ. Because if he's like just, I have a friend who I'm like, you have to handle your emotions with someone always, and that's a lot to deal with. Like, you need to be able to handle them internally sometimes. I need to be able to tell people how I feel. Like, there's a middle ground for everybody. So I do think KJ needs to come to that middle ground. But I agree. Like, I'm like, oh, whoa, you're putting a lot on me. Like, I don't know how to deal with my own. I can't also deal with yours.
That's the thing. Like, I grew up in a house where my dad wasn't allowed feelings because we didn't care. So
nobody my feelings was
crazy.
Only negative emotions in a sense, like anger or like being mad, like that you can express. Crying, saying you're sad, no.
If I cried, my dad would always go, you know, crying doesn't solve anything, and I'd be like,
you're like, you're so right.
I get it, but like, let me live. So okay, so now it's 7:26 p.m. We have a dinner crew, which is Amanda, Ciara, Jesse, Levi, and Carl.
I like this crew.
Levi tells us that Bailey is Buddhist and she listens to a Buddhist podcast. Which I'm so sorry. I don't assume people's religions, but if you asked me, I wouldn't have put that there.
Because also Levi first said like, oh, she listened to a Buddhist podcast last night. And I just think, oh, like she's trying to learn about something. Buddhism. And then she was like, yeah, she's Buddhist. I was like, what?
Damn. I don't know the religion well, but to me, I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't have known.
I'm just so curious, like, where did you pick this up?
Can we talk about this a little more? Of course.
Yeah.
And then Ciara's like, oh my God, I dated a Buddhist guy once. He didn't have a couch, so I dumped him. Right, which is that Buddhist? I would think no. I would think that's just a man thing, not a Buddhist thing. I don't know a lot about the religion. I know
nothing to speak on.
I've known a man who hasn't had a bed frame, but But I
don't think that was a religious thing. I think that was just being a man.
That's why I'm saying it could just be being a man. And Ciara says she wants a Christian husband, and Jesse's like, what? Because Jesse's Jewish. And she's like, okay, maybe like a spiritual one, believes in God. And Jesse's like, I believe in God. Which, again, it's funny banter.
But I'm like,
I think he's kind of serious.
That's the thing. Like, with Ciara, it is always banter. Or at least like 95% of it is banter. Sure. Like I know for a fact. With Jesse, I'm like, were you disappointed if she just wanted a Christian husband?
I also keep remembering at BravoCon, she was asked like, fuck, marry, kill, Austin, West, or Jesse. Austin Kroll from Southern Charm. And she said, kill Austin, obviously. And she said, oh, fuck. Maybe she said marry Jesse, fuck West. Maybe it was the opposite. I actually don't remember. But I remember whichever one it was, West was more happy than Jesse was.
So I think then she would marry West.
Marry West. Oh, maybe she did say marry West. Because she likes his personality better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was that. No, because I think, maybe yes. Because then I think Jesse was like, can we make this happen? And Ciara was like, no. But I think she likes Jesse as a friend, but she's not... Wes, even though he screwed her, she's still more attracted to him. His personality is just different. It's like a light. I'm so sorry. My crush is never going away.
Because that's why I like having a friend like Wes. Like, I like that friend banter. So I see everything you see in him. I just don't think about fucking him.
I don't think about fucking him. I just think about living with him all day and all night and hanging out with him constantly and hugging him and stuff.
No, because he's also a star, and so like I need to be the solo act sometimes.
No, he can do it. Away. He can do it, and I'll just be like, "You're doing amazing,
you're like,
sweetie.
I love you.
I love it." Okay, so then we go to the house crew, which is Mia, Wes, Bailey, KJ, Kyle, and Ben. They're getting sushi. So Mia's like, "I have a really good idea. Let's set a timer, and then for 2 minutes we ask questions about each other." And I was like, wait, I kind of like this game. I'm going to play it.
I played it last year at one point.
But they asked me at first. Basically, we learned Scott is the one. Scott thinks she's the one. Hopefully they can meet Scott. Ciara did tell her that Wes was a dick before Mia got here.
Good.
So good. And then Wes goes, so Mia asks his intentions for the summer. And he's like, last summer I was kind of scared of Ciara. So, and then he's interrupted because Kyle says, do you want to make out with Ciara again? And Wes is sweating. He's like, I don't know. And then he says, he turns beet red, giggles, and says, sure, yes. And he says he does confirm he's still attracted to Ciara. He says he doesn't think they'll make out though, which I love. I love a man who will dream but has realistic expectations.
That's the thing.
I love that.
That was the big issue last summer. His expectations were a bit too high, and so he's like, "Listen, I will take anything that comes, but I will not expect it from her." And that's exactly where I want this to be.
So now it's Kyle's turn. They ask him what he's most scared of, and he says he's most terrified of not starting a family before his parents die. And I said, sir, you are elderly at this point. Your parents are hanging on by a thread. You better have this child. Also, you could have had a child like nine years ago and she would have been down. Like, what are we doing?
Why aren't we living our life like that? I don't like when people have these like hopes and dreams and their like actions don't reflect that, because that puts a lot of pressure on Amanda to make that happen and Kyle to do nothing different.
That's what you're most scared of, and everything in your daily life shows that this isn't a priority for you. To have a child, you have to be around your wife, partner, spouse,
your
fiance.
partner while she's ovulating. And then the thing is he wants a child. He doesn't want to be a father.
Yeah, he just wants to impregnate her and then sometimes show his parents the kid he created.
That's the thing. He wants to like go to his parents' house and go, look at my kid. I brought you a kid. Yay, you're a grandparent.
Yeah. He doesn't actually want to participate. Yeah. He's terrible. Okay, because they're like, what happened in the sand today at Apology Dune? And he tells them that he tried to apologize, but Amanda reduced all their issues to drinking, and then the timer goes off, and Ben's like, oh my God, we almost had him open up. He's saved by the bell.
The way he truly doesn't get it, like, I can tell in that statement alone.
It's insane. And this is where some people need to be a little more emotionally intelligent. Like KJ would have gotten it by now. KJ does get it. He's been here for 2 weekends and he's got it.
I don't know where the rest of the season is going to go, so I don't know if this could come up at the reunion, but like, I would love for Andy to be like, do you not see the connection between your actions and like Amanda's mood?
Andy needs to look at Kyle and be like, no help from the peanut gallery. What is the issue that Amanda's actually having?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
And what would be the solution?
What's the solution? Yeah. Like, what are we? And do it without blaming Amanda. Just tell us in your own words.
And your own actions.
Yeah.
What you would change, not what she would change
to make Amanda happier. In a perfect world, what would you change to make Amanda happier?
Yeah, that's it.
He can't do it. So
no.
I already know. Don't even ask him. I know he can't do it.
Kyle's enemy is accountability. So I just know he could never.
It's himself. Like,
yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. He's a straight white man. It's himself. He's the enemy.
So we go back to the dinner crew. Amanda says her and Kyle are not totally squashed because they're dealing with personal issues, work-related issues, relationship issues. Kyle's struggling out here.
It is complex. I don't expect them to figure this out in 5 seconds.
And she says once there's no more cameras, Kyle will go back to the same old shit, which just tells us that everything that they maybe make better in the summer all goes down to shit in those other 9 months. And then he tries again. That's so infuriating. I'm so infuriated.
He's so fucking fake. And I love that she's airing it all out. This is how, even if she didn't give the announcement, there would have been signs. And this was some of them. Like, she is over this fucking relationship. She is giving him this last summer to truly change. And obviously he never does.
You know, the worst part is Lindsay Hubbard would have saw these signs and called them out right in the house. She would have been like, Amanda, are you going to divorce him? It seems like
yes, but I think Lindsay, because she comes from the like thought process of like, you do everything you try like kind of can to save a relationship.
That's
I think
true.
Amanda does give space for like Kyle to change, especially because she does have such a strong relationship with Kyle.
That's true.
And I think that's a lovely belief, but like it has to be rooted in reality of this has been 10 years.
I just think Lindsay would have snuffed it out and been like, dude, you seem done.
If she played that 2-minute game, like she would have drilled him with questions.
Oh my God. Everyone else would have had to shut the fuck up and Lindsay would have stared him dead in the face. Oh,
Yes.
been insane. Okay, so then we go back to the home crew. Kyle is asked what he has to do. Oh, he's not done, I guess. Kyle's asked what he has to do to make Amanda completely happy. And Kyle says change because that's hard for him because he is who he is. And then Ben asks if Kyle would sacrifice DJ time to spend more time at home. And Kyle says, well, you have to understand he's only been DJing for a year and they've had issues for more than 1 year.
How was this a hard question?
But Wes is like, answer the question. And then Kyle runs out of time. So he's like, oh, I can't. How is that a hard question?
Like, sacrifice some DJ time. Again, Kyle, we're not asking you to give up all of DJing. I understand why you are a DJ because of financial reasons. That's okay.
Can you ask to be the 9 p.m. slot at a DJ set?
Or say no to one weekend of it to, like, spend time with your wife?
Don't understand. Okay. So now it's 11:09 p.m. Time for the home crew to rally and go out. It's 12:29 p.m. Half the house is coming home already. They went out for a little bit and then they already come home. And then at 3:05 a.m., Mia comes home and says she's so hungry. And then Ciara locks Ben and Wes outside. And Wes is like, oh my God, I can't believe the love of my life, which was so funny.
Oh my God.
Because I went, oh my God, I shipped them so hard together.
And, like, do you think she heard? Because she's, like, right on the other side of the door.
No, I think she was laughing too hard. I think that was the mic caught
It was
that.
very quiet. Yeah.
I think the mic, they turned that up. But then we have a kitchen dance party. And oh my God, we're making mac and cheese. And Wes is standing really close to Ciara. And he has his hands on her the whole time while she's making the mac and cheese.
That camera.
A godsend. That
The camera angle is my fun for the episode, but I know I actually have to pick a person. But I'm just saying, gold star for the camera angle.
Gold star. So Ciara says Wes is still on probation, but the sun goes down and Ciara's a great probation officer, but she has to clock out once in a while. And it's easy for her to flirt than not flirt. And I get that. I think everyone naturally kind of flirts with Wes because he's like such a charismatic, fun dude. Like even Amanda sometimes flirts with Wes.
And he like clearly wants to flirt with Ciara too.
God.
So he's like giving his all.
It's like a moth to a flame. It's incredible.
I have no self-control when it comes to people I liked.
Same.
And so I have to delete their number. I have to remove them from my life.
Yeah.
Like, I would not be as strong as Ciara is in this house if I had the situation that Ciara and Wes did.
I would have leaned right back into him. There's no way. There's no way I couldn't. I'm drunk too. Immediately. I'm just going back.
She's better than me because all last season she was like firm and she did not give in. And now she's made it 2 weekends in and this is the first time. Girlie, no. The first time I wouldn't even yelled at him that first weekend back after he like participated in that article. I would have asked him to make out with me.
Yeah. You're like, I'm actually pissed at you, but also, do you want to kiss?
Like, where is the pantry that Paige and Carl had their first season together? Like, find us a pantry, find us a closet. Yeah. I need to make out with you off camera.
And then let's just make my heart swoon even more. Wes goes into Jesse's room and is like, I had the best night with Ciara. Like, he's so down bad. He's so down bad. I'm down bad for them.
Me too.
I'm so obsessed. Okay, so I don't know how either of them ever date someone else again. Like...
It's gonna be heartbreaking if the rumors are not true because it's gonna be a breakup for us in our fanfic
the
that we
rumors
built
of them
in our
being
head
together.
Yeah, like if it's not true, it's just gonna hurt the same as if they got together and broke up.
I don't think they'd be true yet. I'm not saying they can never get back together, but I'm saying Ciara had a lot of walls that Wes broke down and then he screwed her and she had to rebuild those walls with titanium. I think it's going to take a lot of time and Wes would have to put in a lot more work than he has. It's only been, no. I think there's a lot of work that needs to go into this. So I'm not saying even in today, I think he's maybe doing, and hypothetical, he's doing some work. I think he has a chance maybe after next summer or after this 2026 summer. I think maybe there's one summer of her being mad, one summer of them becoming friends. I think then she needs one summer of like, do you actually want
him pursuing her, not just like flirting with her and not just being friendly with her.
Prove that you're
putting
serious.
in the work. Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I think. Because I think this was such a public thing. And here's the other thing. And I wouldn't be one of these people. But you know that if they got back together, there'd be a lot of people that are like,
that's a thing.
she just got him. And public perception is a big, it's a thing.
Yeah, and I understand them like keeping it quiet if they
100%.
are together, like if they've hooked up or, you know, like I would also want to keep that private.
Yeah, and then figure out, like, get mentally in a good place before, like, the trolls come.
Yeah, and, like, do our trial, like, because, listen, he could fuck her over again. Like, there's this kind of in privacy that, like, let's play our feelings out with just us, and then we can announce it once we're kind of somewhere.
They never really had the chance to figure it out without cameras, but, like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, you know, we can't have that. Especially not publicly, because then very few people, not me again, I will mourn it again, but a lot of people would probably be like, she knew what she was getting. And people just hate women, specifically women of color, so Ciara's in a bad spot.
Yeah, I don't think anything's happening this season, like, actually, but I could see them talking in the fall here and then at, like, currently in present day.
Listen,
and I'm just like, what's happening?
Ciara can do no wrong. I am her biggest fan, and if she wants to date West, that is exactly what I want for her.
I'm on board with whatever she wants.
The thing is, if she doesn't date West, I will be sad. I will accept, but I will be sad.
I thought you were about to say, I will be next in line.
I can't. The whole time I would be like, but I want you with Ciara. I can't be in this relationship. I want to be
a man on the inside, though. Like, you can help facilitate
him to be like,
and
actually
get to hang out with him in the process.
Be like, you know, when we get in fights and be like, you know who you wouldn't have this fight with? Ciara. She'd be better. Yeah. You know who's way hotter than, you know who has abs? Ciara. Not me.
Whatever commentary you're giving to me, you know who isn't that? Ciara.
You think I'm a boring accountant? I am. You know who's a beautiful model? Ciara. Just screwing myself over. So it's 5:12 a.m. I don't know what we're doing up at 5:12 a.m., but Kyle looks at Amanda and goes, hi. Oh,
why?
She seemed awake.
I agree.
However,
Kyle, what the
no
fuck?
Conversation needs to happen before the sun's out. And then he says he misses Amanda and hopes he can get some sleep because he's got anxiety. And Amanda says drinking probably doesn't help anxiety.
Which I was like, maybe Amanda, maybe we didn't need to make that comment right now.
She's right.
Yeah.
And Amanda says, and separately, not to Kyle in this bed, but she says Kyle's her best friend and she's still in love with him, but sometimes that's not enough. And then in bed, Kyle tells Amanda that he doesn't know what she wants and how it got so complicated. And Amanda in her interview says she just doesn't know what to do.
The way she's just like not really talking to him is so funny to me.
It's 5 a.m. What? Here's the thing. You complain about not having a conversation with me. How come it's between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m.? Why can't we ever do this over lunch?
And also, you hate me and you just destroyed me on the beach. Like, you said so many terrible things about me. But now you want me to coddle you and care about your emotions and hold, like, space for you.
Yeah.
I'm not your girl.
She went, you know what? Drinking's probably making your anxiety worse. Sleep with that. She went, I'm going to make you miserable.
The way she's, like, silent, he's like, I guess she's not going to talk to me, and, like, puts on his little mask.
She goes,
and is like,
keep having anxiety.
Alone. Don't bring me into it.
As he's sleeping, she's just whispering in her ear, Amanda hates you. You're going to lose Lover Boy. Your DJ career will fall flat. She's adding anxiety.
My God.
So, next time on Summer House, we got an Australian themed single bash to get Ben ass. Which I didn't know Ben had trouble getting ass.
I was about to say, like, wow, didn't know we needed a whole party for this.
Lindsay meets Ben in the city.
Ooh.
Jesse and Ciara flirt. Jesse actually wrote a song about being in love with his best friend, which everyone agrees is a little weird. And then
weird.
This dead to me. Jesse asked Wes if Wes would mind if Jesse made out with Ciara. And then separately in a different conversation, Wes tells Jesse that most people would call Jesse a dick for even asking. I am most people. That is me.
I am hoping this is all a bit to Jesse. Like, he wrote the song just, you know, to stir some drama up, have
is Ciara
some
his best friend?
I think that's the vibe but I hope it's just a bit. He's like, oh, this would get a lot of streams if I wrote this song, or like somebody else wrote this song and he's just singing it.
I hate it. Don't you dare, Jesse. Don't you dare.
No, I hope he's not serious about this. I find this so weird.
You know what? I always say, like, you know, friends friends before, I don't like, but bros before hoes, but like essentially
that vibe.
Friends before partners always.
Yeah.
Not here. If we're going to end a friendship over a girl, it's going to be Ciara, and Wessy's going to be on the outs. That's my opinion.
You do that when it's like don't just be with your girls so much that you forget about your friends. This is crazier that it's like, why are you actively trying to hook up with my ex? Manifest rules. No hooking
rules.
Up with my people.
Wes has to be missing for at least 5 years.
Minimum.
Or dead. Or dead.
Or cold dead body.
Cold in the
allow.
Ground, 6 feet under. You saw the body and buried it.
With your own eyes. DNA tested.
Empty coffins don't count. You have to wait 5 years. No. My God. Okay. We have to do fun, not fun. It is your turn to go first. Which would you like to start with?
I'm picking KJ.
For
fun.
Okay, we're starting with fun.
We're starting with fun. I'm picking KJ. I think he is such a great addition to this cast. Him and Ciara, in my opinion, are carrying the torches thus far to keep taking on Summer House. And I also want to give a shout out to Bravo, because I think all the things KJ is talking about are super easy to cut from this show. And I'm thankful that they're not cutting them, because A, they're really important topics, but B, minority voices matter. And I am so excited to get to know him more.
Yay! I'm going to pick Ciara. I think she is the other half of a duo I didn't know I needed. I really just love her storylines. I love the way she's acting. I love that she just seems to be having a really good summer, and I want that for her, and I love her so much. And Bravo, if this tells you anything, it's people of color that hold the show, okay? Bring back
You're not wrong.
Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
Bring back Summer
and
House Martha's Vineyard.
Friends with them. She could do a stint. Come on.
I'm telling you, give me Winter House, bring some of those people in, and we can segue back into Martha's Vineyard. We have all the producer notes. We know what to do here.
Jordan from Martha's Vineyard was hanging out with Lexi.
I saw that.
Olivia from Southern Charm.
Yes.
And oh my God, who was the last person?
It was James's ex-girlfriend.
Who the fuck is
what's her
James?
name? From Vanderpump Rules.
Oh,
she
Allie.
to Charleston. Yes.
Allie.
I saw that and I was like, oh my God, it's all ex-Bravo people. That's such a fun crew.
No, first of all, I'm indifferent about Lexi, but I love Jordan and Olivia. So if they're friends with Lexi, I'll accept Lexi and back in my group. And then, Allie, again, I'm kind of indifferent on. No offense to her. We didn't really know her that well.
Of former Bravo
I agree.
labs hanging out together. And I just want to know what their conversation was.
Women who deserve better. That's what that is.
You're not wrong.
That's what that is. Okay, who's your not fun?
Kyle Cook. I can't.
Where do we even go? I'm sorry. Actually, no. I'm not going to do Amanda. I was going to do Amanda because she's the other half of the not fun.
She wasn't a problem this episode.
I know, but by association, she's in these fights that bring everyone
down.
Fair to
her.
I get it. You did that last week. I know, but I get it.
Calm down.
I get it. That's why I'm saying I was going to do Amanda. I'm not going to do Amanda. You don't got to come at me. Give me a sec.
I'm just giving you my feedback. God forbid a girlie has an opinion. We like fiery, strong opinion people.
Not against me.
Okay, Jesse Solomon.
That's my not fun, actually, is Jesse Solomon. I think he is so useless right now. I'm so sorry. Also, go back to your nice girls, I guess, but you're not my type. And I swear to God, if you even remotely think about going for Ciara, stabbing you. I can't have this.
It might be a repeat for you next week.
New fanfic. Jesse goes for Ciara, Wes stabs him, and Ciara and Wes live happily ever after.
And the whole house helps cover it up.
Kyle takes the fall, goes to jail.
My dream.
There we go. He's in jail for life for murder, which isn't long because he's already a geriatric man.
And you know what? For doing that, we will give you a DJ booth in jail.
He is the host of all the parties in prison.
You know what? Summer House, Jailhouse Edition.
The prison pimp. Hell yeah. He's got it. Pimp. So yeah, I'm picking Jesse.
Love it.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Excited for this season, actually. Do all the things. And with that, love ya.
Thanks for joining. Bye.